I've had a few requests for a state of the watch collection recently, so I am going to do one now. Please excuse my gravelly voice. I couldn't avoid the holiday cold that has been going around the area where I live. Now, my collection is overdue for some additions. This is filmed in January 2023, so I'll end up referencing this video later on in the year after this collection evolves and hopefully improves. So to begin, I'll first show you some non-traditional members of the watch collection. Right over here is one of my pride and joy local pickups. It's a vintage Locuth branded Atmos from the 1950s. This one is slightly smaller than the standard Atmos clocks of that era. And yes, I do need another service as the timekeeping is quite a bit off now. It sits next to a bull of a mantle clock that was created to honor the famous architect Frank Lloyd Wright. I recently visited Falling Water, and that was so cool. This was a gift from a friend who knew of my love for modern architecture, and it's just a nice sentimental gift here that I like to display. Now, next to that is my neo-vintage quartz Seiko desk clock. The ticking of the open work sub-seconds is very loud, it's noticeable, and you know what? I find it very soothing as background noise within my office as I'm working. I also found this locally at my watchmaker's shop. Now, moving to the wall across the room above my desk, I have two wall clocks. One is an Oris Aquis with the RSS bezel. I just noticed that this does need a battery change. It has stopped, so I'll need to do that shortly. And next to that is a Mondain official Swiss Railways clock design, and that sits above my Lego Starry Night art, which is a lot of fun. I hope to add many more branded wall clocks to this wood presentation wall. I don't have any that I'm specifically searching for. I just keep my eye out on the secondary market and see what pops up. Now below on the desk is my gyroscope, and within it is a vintage Seiko. I don't wear this. It's too small. It needs a service, but I love looking at it, especially when I turn on the winder. Now here we get to the quote-unquote traditional members of the collection. I've pulled out the watches from the safe, and I'll just talk about each one of them here. I'll start with my beater. This is a G-Shock Blingmaster 5000. The official designation is the GMW B5000. This is tough as nails. It is atomic time syncing, and I usually want to wear this when I know that I want to wear a nearly indestructible watch. So I think everyone needs a good metal G-Shock square, and because it is so accurate, I can use this to set the time on my other mechanical watches. Now, next to that is one of my lesser known brands. This is the German-made Circula Pro Trail. This cost sub $1,000 and has hardened steel throughout, a Faraday movement cage, incredible lume, good ARC on the sapphire crystal, and an Elabor grade Solida, an SW200. This is regulated. It has a lovely full articulating bracelet and surprisingly good traditional dial details. The brand Circula is totally underrated, and I think more collectors need to be aware of this truly independent German brand. Now, here are the pariahs of my watch collection. I am collecting the Blancpain Swatch Scuba 50 Fathoms releases. There are 5 bold colors tied into the 5 different oceans of our planet. I don't wear these bioceramic watches often, but I love the playful concept and the fact that I can scratch my 50 Fathoms itch for just a fraction of the cost of a titanium full-size 50 Fathoms. I only need the Antarctic version, and then the quintet will be complete. Now here we get to my recent purchase, my special occasion watch. This is the Christopher Ward C1 moon phase with a stunning aventurine dial. This has a massive moon phase complication. The moon depiction is crafted out of ceramic and lume, so in dark conditions, this looks like the actual moon does up in the night sky, and I think it is absolutely gorgeous. The aventurine glass is ever changing with those copper oxide flakes, and I think the combination with a jumbo moon phase is just as poetic as it gets. I wear this watch out on dates with my wife, sometimes to church or to a watch collector meetup. It's a really fun piece, and I would say it is thoroughly contemporary in design and execution. Now, lastly, this is my daily wear watch. It has been a long-term goal of mine to buy and wear a full precious metal piece. And I was very fortunate to make that goal a reality in April of last year. I bought the Rolex Day Date, and I've always loved this classic design. I opted for my favorite iteration, the yellow gold with the champagne dial and the deconstructed Roman numerals. I love everything about the watch, and it has been a perfect daily wear. It's satisfyingly heavy and properly sized for me at 40 millimeters. This President bracelet is one of the best that I've ever tried, and I'm a huge bracelet fan. This is spot on accurate, and I find the day and date complications to be helpful. This is regarded, I think, in the wider watch community as an old man type of watch. And you know what? That amuses me. I don't really care about stereotypes, but if I'm completely honest, I have enough gray hair to justify it. So that's it. It's really not that exciting. I pretty much just wear the day date, and that's kind of predictable. Since getting this watch, I pretty much don't have the desire to wear much else, and then I do see a lot of awesome watches come across my desk. So I think maybe that is almost satisfying my need to add other watches to the rotation. Here's something else. I don't miss any of the watches that I've let go of over the years, so I'm not tempted to rebuy anything at the moment, but that may change. I do have one watch that I bought last week, but it's still in transit, and I'll save that for another video. But what would I like to do next, or what should I do next with the collection? A couple things come to my mind. I still need to complete my 50 Fathoms quintet by adding the Antarctic, so I'm planning on doing that at some point. And I'm also interested in bringing in some more variety to the rotation. So I'm thinking about different complications, different brands, different styles. After wearing a yellow gold as a daily for nearly a year, I am interested in buying other precious metal pieces, though those probably have to wait a little bit longer so I can save up and responsibly add those. I have a friend that just bought a Brigade Tradition 7057, and I think that looks really, really intriguing. And that could definitely be an option for me. But bottom line, I'm not really sure where I want to go next. I have a couple custom designs that I contributed in for consideration with different mainstream brands. So hopefully those get approved for limited runs. I would add those to the collection, but again, I'm not sure where to go next. The only thing I do know is I have an open mind. I have no real collecting plan. I'm just interested to see where this goes over the next year. I hope to improve. I'm just having a lot of fun, which to me is the whole point of enjoying watches, collecting watches, flipping watches, and talking about watches. So feel free to give me suggestions or lament my purchase decisions or flipping decisions in the comment section. I will probably get a good chuckle from a few of you. If you enjoyed this state of the collection, I would appreciate a like. If you could help me grow in size and YouTube reach, please subscribe. Thank you.